everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. So today is Sunday afternoon and I thought today that I would show you my February makes. Now I didn't think I'd actually made much in February, but I've just got everything together this morning and actually I got quite a few things made. So thought that you might like to see today. Now a few of the things that I've been making you've already seen in previous videos, so I'm just going to gloss over those and point you in the direction of the other videos that I put out in February for you to go and take a look at those in more detail. Otherwise this vlog would probably go on for quite some time. Now I didn't, as usual, make everything that I planned to make in February. However, there are a couple of alternatives. So without further ado, we'll get started and then you can get back to whatever you were doing before you decided to sit and watch me. So first things first, thank you everybody for all your comments on my midweek chatter video. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. And yeah, I've already broken my promise about not buying any fabrics in March because I was on eBay last night and bought a couple of things and then thought whoops. But you know, I'm sowing a storm at the minute, so hopefully it's not going to cause too much of a storage issue when those few bits and pieces arrive through the post. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you was what I'm wearing today, and this is the Freya top. No, it's not. It's not the Freya. It's the Frankie from Tilly and the Buttons from the Stretch Book. And this is the first Frankie t-shirt that I've made. So let me just stand back and I'll show you it in its full glory. So this is the Frankie and I made this in this really lovely duck egg blue jersey, organic cotton jersey that I got from Fab Works, and just some plain white jersey that I had in my stash. So you know, that's not very exciting, but this is lovely. I really like the colour. Now I also used some white ribbing. I don't know if you can see that very closely around the neckline there. And yeah, I made a size 4. Please excuse some of the bits and pieces on this top. I've actually been living in it the last few days, but anyway, let me come and sit back down. So yeah, I made the size 4, and if I'm perfectly honest, I love it, but it's not a total success. And the reason for that, well, there's a few reasons. Firstly, I think it just gapes out too much at the side. I haven't stretched it out, but I don't know why it's done that. So I'm going to have to take the side seams. Let me come back into focus. There we go. I'm going to have to take the side seams in a little bit because it's just a little bit too wide for my liking. I didn't make any alterations to this pattern whatsoever. I didn't lengthen it, and the reason for that was because I made this pattern up for my daughter for Christmas. And she's about 3 or 4 inches shorter than me, so I just traced off the size 4 pattern as is in the book and sewed up the version for her at Christmas, and I just used those pattern pieces when I made this. And it was only when I'd cut them out that I thought, oops, I really should have lengthened it a little bit, but actually I think it's okay. I could probably just do with 1 inch. I think it would be a little bit better. And the other thing is that it's gone a little bit wavy around where I've attached the ribbon on the neck, and also around the hem at the bottom as well. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's a little bit wavy. Now I've overlocked, I did most of this on the overlocker, and apart from obviously attaching the ribbing and just doing the hems, which I used a twin needle, that's it, on my sewing machine to do that. And I think what I've done is, when I used the twin needle, I should have lengthened my stitch, and I used just the standard 2.5mm stitch length on my machine, and it's just too tight, I think, which is why I think I've got this waviness. So it's not a complete success, but having said that, I've been wearing this constantly the last few days, and I'm going to make another one. Because I think it's going to be probably a bit of a staple in my casual wardrobe at home. So I do like it, but yeah, I think I need to just think a little bit more about the finishing techniques, basically. Love this ribbing. I got this ribbing from eBay. If I can remember the seller, I'll put it down below. I think it was about £5 for half a metre. And it's really nice quality, actually. I'm really pleased with that. The other thing that I made a massive error on with this top is if I bring the neckline in closer for you to see, I don't know if you can see that there, but the seam is actually there at the front. When I was attaching the neckband, I got the back and front mixed up and thinking that the seam, that this was the back, and it was only when I'd overlocked it all on and top stitched it down that I then saw that it was actually at the front, and I just couldn't face undoing it all to redo it, because yeah, it's not perfect as it is. So I thought, you know what, I can get away with it, I'll call it a design feature, and that's that. So that's my make number one. Now I also made 3 named Selja knot t-shirts. I've done a separate video on those t-shirts, which I'll link to down below if you want to go and have a look. I've got a couple of them with me today. My favourite one, the leopard print one, I think is just in my drawer somewhere because I can't find it at all. But this is one of them that I made. You see the little knot there at the front. I'm not going to try these on because it's all in the other video. And then I did a blue one as well. This one was the first one that I made. There's the knot undone, so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, really love those tops. Haven't had much chance to wear them yet because the weather's just not been warm enough, and I'm always cold and always want jumpers on or long sleeves. So, but they're going to be worn to death in the summer months. And I'm actually thinking of just playing around with the pattern a little bit and creating a tie at the front, right in the centre rather than the side, and doing a couple in black and white. I think I'm going to have a little go at that, I think. So that's probably one to watch out for in March. And then the last top that I made this month was not on my plans, but last month the lovely Lucy, who runs So Essential, which is she has a YouTube channel, but also it's a UK store. I think they're based in Birmingham way, that way on anyway. And they have an online store, so I'll link to it down below, where they sell fabric, sewing machines, haberdashery, sewing patterns, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, on her YouTube channel, she showed this really lovely wool jersey fabric last month. And as soon as I saw that, I thought I really want to buy some of that. So I got 2 colourways. I got the grey, the charcoal grey, and also I think it's a blue, a navy blue. I'm not quite sure if it's a navy blue, but anyway, I made the Neko top by True Bias out of their lovely Isabella wool jersey. So this is the one in the charcoal colourway. If I just bring that in, and you might be able to just see that a little bit better. It's got this lovely marl effect, and on screen it's coming up quite pale, but actually it's really dark. It's a really dark charcoal. If I bring it back, that's sort of more the colour of what it is. But yeah, it's a straightforward, long sleeved jumper with a funnel neck. And yeah, I'm not going to bother putting this on to show you because, you know, it's just a straightforward jumper, but this is just lovely. It's lovely and warm, nice for some of the cool days. I've worn it to work with black trousers, and yeah, it's lovely. This fabric is really nice. It's quite drapey. I don't know if you can see the drape on that. Very stretchy. It's got a lovely 4-way stretch, but it's so lovely to wear, really warm. So I'm really pleased with that jumper. What else have I got to show you? Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Right then, so if you remember in my plans video, I said I was going to make Vogue V1379, which is this Tracy Reese pattern here. Now again, I made a video about this dress last week. This was one of the more involved makes that I made in February, so I'm not going to dwell on that too much, but yeah, the dress is here. Again, I'm not going to put it on because I'm going to link to the video so you can go and have a look. But this is the dress here in this beautiful John Caldor crepeback satin that I got from the textile centre late last year, and yeah, it's a really lovely dress. I'm probably going to tinker with it a little bit. I made the size 14. I probably could have gone down a size, and I should have gone down a size, to be honest, because it's quite large. I should have made the 12. I've already taken it in a lot, but I probably still am going to have to fiddle about with this a little bit more, so that I feel totally comfortable wearing it in the spring and summer. But yeah, so that was one of the 2 dresses that I made this month. The second dress I made was the Posh Address by Rebecca Page. Now this is a free pattern. I'll link to it down below so you can go and have a look. She does do it in a woven version, but you have to pay for that. The free pattern is just for knit fabrics. So I made it out of this really lovely blue and white leopard print stretch crepe that I had in my stash, and this is the resulting dress here. So basically it's got these really big there's a few loose threads there, really big floaty sleeves that are sort of kimono style, so they're grown on sleeves. It has a V-neck front with a little bit of ruching detail just there, and then the hem, it's empire line, so the hem for the skirt comes just there. At the back there is a little keyhole just there, and I just stitched the top together rather than putting a rouleau loop and a button, because they always come undone on me. I don't know about anybody else, and I can get this on because of the V on and off over my head without any trouble whatsoever. The skirt is just as I say, it's just an empire line, A-line skirt to just below the knee. I haven't hemmed this yet. I've had it just hanging to sort of let it drop a little bit. But it's overlocked, and yeah, I'll put this on so you can have a look and see what it looks like. Okay, so yeah, here's the dress. I'm really pleased with it. I think it's really pretty. I really like this V neckline. I think that's really flattering, and it was fairly straightforward to put together. I think there was a couple of steps in the instructions that did sort of make me sort of scratch my head a little bit. I can't remember exactly what they were now, but you know, if you've put a few dresses together before, you will be able to put this together, no bother at all. I'll stand up on the chair so you can see the bottom of how long it comes. Oops. So I've got it to just below my knee. I don't know if you can see that. And as I say, it does still need hemming. But you know, for a free pattern, yeah, what can I say? It's really pretty. These big sleeves are nice and airy, so I think for spring and summer it's going to be really quite nice. So yeah, really happy with this. I think it's something that you could either jazz up to make a really pretty dress for a special occasion, or you could keep it really casual. But yeah, it's just really nice, really happy with it. Next up, I said I was going to look at Butterick B6495, which is this pattern here. So this is a sewing pattern that's got lots of different options with it, and I wanted to have a go at the cardigan. Now, I did make the cardigan, but I didn't make it, let me just come back into focus. Okay, now I did make the cardigan, but I didn't make it out of the fabric that I showed you in my plans video, and the reason for that was because I did remember that fabric I wanted to use for the named Rusker dress from the Breaking the Pattern book. Haven't made that yet, but I decided I wanted to keep that. So I raided my stash and had this really lovely mustard knit from Colville Fabrics that I got last month. I think it was £9 for 3 meters. So I've made the cardigan here out of that. I'll bob it on so you can have a look, but yeah, this was really quick to sew. I think I made, let me just have a look at the packet size. I made the size medium, which is a UK size 12 to 14, and I didn't make any adjustments to the length of the main body of this cardigan. If you can just stand up and I'll show you. So this is the cardigan here, and it comes to sort of mid-thigh. Really doesn't obviously go with this dress at all, but I did lengthen the sleeves by about 1 inch because I do like them quite long, and I've got really long arms. It's, what can I tell you about it? It's, you know, it's a straightforward style. It's got this lovely deep band that goes all the way around the front, around the neck and down the other side. There's no fastenings on it, no pockets, which I'm not bothered about, to be honest, because I think, well, I do like pockets in cardigans, but I think the only thing you could do with this is probably put patch pockets on the front, and to be honest, I just think unless you get them absolutely accurate, they can end up looking really amateur, and my accuracy at the minute is just not that great. So all I did with the sleeves is I just turned over the sleeves and hemmed them. But this mustard marl knit fabric is really, really nice. It's lovely and soft. It's got a nice stretch to it, and perfect for this. Now, I do think it's a little on the large side. I think it's fine on my hips and my bust, but I think around the shoulders it's a bit large. You can see the shoulder line here is way down off my shoulders. And when I looked at the pattern, it should be actually on the shoulders, so I do think that it should be more sort of like that. So I do think that, yeah, it's a little bit too big, but you know, you can get away with it, can't you? So yeah, just turn around, show you from the back. Really pleased with it. I think it's lovely. It does remind me a lot of the Blackwood cardigan from Helen's Closet, which is the sort of look that I was going for, without having to buy that pattern, because this one, let's be honest, was much cheaper. Yeah, I can see me making more of these. It was very quick to sew. Took me probably about an hour altogether to get it sewn together, and I did most of it on my overlocker. As you can see, the insides aren't that great because they're all overlocked, but what you could do, because this double band, you could actually stitch it on one side and then fold it over and hand stitch it down so that you don't have a seam on the inside. That would probably look a bit more neat and professional, I guess, but you know, it's a casual cardi, and you know, I'm really happy with it. But as you can see, now I'm sat down, these shoulders are too big. When I look at the pattern, the shoulders on her are definitely, the sleeve head is definitely on her shoulder, and on me it's definitely lower. And as I say, I did the size 12 to 14 UK. The next size is the size small, which is a UK 8 to 10, which I'm really not, so they are quite large. Yeah, but really happy with it. Nice staple in my wardrobe. Okay, moving on, I've got two more things to show you. The next item that I made, which was a bit of a wild card, was when I bought the Selja knot tee pattern from Named Patterns, I also bought the Astrid wrap pants. And I've been wanting to make these for quite a while, and if you remember in my plans video, I said I was going to make the McCall paper bag waist trousers. I can't remember the number, but I'll put it along the bottom. And I was going to use this fabric that, also I got this stretch denim that I got from Colville, and I was going to do a sort of sew along tutorial for you, but as a couple of people pointed out, and you're absolutely right, with it being a dark fabric, I always think a tutorial or a sew along is really hard to follow when you use dark fabric. So I decided that I'm still going to do that at some point, but I'm going to use a different fabric so that it will just be easy for you guys to see. So I still wanted to use that fabric, and I'd got the Astrid wrap pants, so I decided to make those up in the stretch denim that I had. So here they are. So if I just bring those in closer so you can see, there we go. Now these have got this really unique wrap front detail, and they're wide-legged pants. You can see how wide they are, but they're really quite fitted through the waist and hips. They have a facing at the top, I'll just turn them around to show you, and they have belt loops all along the back, which I'm really pleased with how they've gone in. And then they've got these ties, just turn it round again, they've got these ties which the front, the piece that lies over the front has a tie that goes through a, no it doesn't actually, it's this side, there's a piece underneath. If I just take this off and I can try and show you a bit better. The piece underneath, there we go, let me just get that to focus, has got a tie that goes through a hole in the side, and then the tie wraps all the way around the back so that the front piece that folds across the front like that ties at the side there, or you can tie at the front, I guess. Now I'm not going to try these on because I made the size that I am out of Named Patterns that I always make, and yeah, they're a little bit tight if I'm honest. They're just a bit tight across my hips, and I probably should have graded out a little bit more across my hips. So I'm not going to put these on because they don't look that great at the minute, but I am losing weight, so I'm hoping probably by spring summer, when I'm not going to be wanting to wear dark trousers, I am hoping that they will be, they'll fit me a bit better. I do like at the back as well, if I just show you at the back, they've got like double darts both sides of the centre back seam. I don't know if you can see those very well. And they're really nice, they are lovely. I do like this fabric. Again, I've not finished off the hems at the bottom, I've just overlocked them because obviously until they fit me properly, I don't know what length I want the hems to be, so I've left those for now. But as I say, I'll be honest, I was disappointed when I tried them on because I thought these would fit me and look fantastic, and they really don't. So I'm not classing them as a total fail because I do think when I've lost probably about half a stone, they're going to fit me so much better and look nice. So I'm hoping that, yeah, another few weeks and these will fit me and look great. So, yeah, so that's not a total win. And then finally, if you remember last month, I said I'd had a really bad Sunday where I'd made a couple of things and they'd not turned out very well and I'd ended up throwing them in the bin. And one of them was a black cord skirt from my go-to pattern, which is B4461, this butterick pattern here. And I foolishly just raced straight through this pattern, didn't look at the instructions, even though I've made this a few times now, and with the facing tried to create a waistband out of it without thinking, and the whole thing just was a complete mess. So I threw it in the bin, and I kept some of that fabric to make a project bag out of, and that was on my plans video for February, which I haven't done yet, but it's still upstairs in my sewing room waiting to be made up. Well, the other night I decided that I was, with the piece of fabric that I had left, because I did still have a fair bit of the black cord fabric left, that I was going to have another go at this skirt. So I recut it out and I've made it. So here it is. Again, it's just this lovely little black skirt with, it's a slightly A-line shape. It comes to just above the knee. It's got darts at the front, a proper facing, darts at the back, and I didn't have a black zip, so I used a total contrasting zip, which is this lovely orange one, yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So I'll put this on and show you what it looks like, so just give me 2 seconds. Okay, so here's the skirt. I've got it on with my Frankie top, which obviously I probably wouldn't wear with it anyway. Well, I really wouldn't wear with it. But yeah, I love this skirt. I absolutely love it. I love the shape of it. What else can I say? I like this length on me. I think it's flattering. I like the fact that there's no waistband because it just makes it really nice and seamless at the top. If I turn around, I don't know how much of the invisible zip, the orange zip, that you can see, but I think that's a nice little detail there. Obviously I wouldn't wear it with bare legs. I'd probably wear it with black tights and boots, but it's just a nice little staple. And yeah, once I've got that skirt cut out, I can get it sewn up now in about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour. It's literally just a case of putting the darts in the front and the back, inserting the invisible zipper, sewing up the side seams, putting the waistband on, the facing on, understitching it, and then hand hemming it. And yeah, it's really quite quick. So yeah, really happy with that little staple skirt. So that's it. I actually got quite a lot done in February, more than I thought I would. I know there was a couple of things that I said I was going to make that I didn't get a chance to do because I changed my mind, as I always do. And I think moving forward, what I'm going to plan to do is, instead of doing a monthly plans, I'm going to do a weekly plans. I tend to be sewing most weekends now, and I do a little bit during the week as well, but with work, depends how tired I am when I get in from work, that kind of thing. But I think if I do a weekly plans video and tell you what I'm planning to make that week, or what I've already got on my sewing table, I think that's probably going to be a bit more interesting than doing a plans video at the beginning of the month and then by the end of the month making totally different things. It just doesn't make sense. So I think that's what I'm going to do moving forward. So I hope you'll stick around for that. I've got a few things on my sewing table at the minute for the coming week, but I'm planning to do a video midweek, so I'll let you know a little bit more about those during the week. So whatever you're doing, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and yeah, I'll be back really soon. Bye bye.